Sony Ericsson Jalou, expected fourth quarter 2009. The Sony Ericsson Jalou is a very distinctive looking and lightweight fashion phone, due to hit the shops in time for Christmas. Sony Ericsson described the Jalou's shape as a facet-cut jewel form, and although the look is reminiscent of the Nokia 7070 Prism, the Jalou is a much more sophisticated handset. The Jalou and Bijou are two different names for the same device. The phone will be called the Jalou worldwide, except for France, where the Bijou name will be used. The reason? Well, according to Sony Ericsson, the Jalou name is too close to the French word for jealous, which goes to show that giving a product a name rather than a number can be fraught with danger. In addition to the standard version of the Jalou, there is also a Dolce & Gabbana variant with gold plating, a rose colouring and exclusive D&G content. Alternatively, the standard, and presumably cheaper Jalou comes in deep amethyst, aquamarine blue and onyx black colour combinations. The diamond shape is not the only thing that gives the Jalou a distinctive look. It's also a lot less tall than most clamshell phones, measuring just 93 by 45 by 18mm when closed. Sony Ericsson have gone for this unusual size to make the phone as compact as possible, so it should fit into the tiniest bag or jacket pocket. The Jalou is also very lightweight, coming in at just 84 grams. So what does the Jalou actually do from a technical perspective? Well, it's a fairly standard 3G phone with a 2-inch 240 by 320 pixel main display, a 3.2 megapixel camera, microSD expandable memory, stereo Bluetooth and a multimedia player. There's a semi-concealed external display underneath the glossy casing, and you can also use the Jalou as a mirror to check just how gorgeous you're looking. In Europe, the Jalou will support 2100 MHz UMTS plus HSDPA downloads. There'll also be a US version which supports 900 and 1700 MHz UMTS and has the very useful addition of built-in GPS. We don't know why there's no GPS in the European version. That would have been a pretty cool thing to have in a fashion phone. But in other words, the Jalou's beauty is not just skin deep. It's an unashamedly girly phone. Some of the applications on the Jalou include a step counter, a Zodiac application, and of course all the usual features such as a web browser and an email client. The display might be a little small for web browsing, but the inclusion of 3.5G data does at least mean it's an unashamedly girly phone. Some of the applications on the Jalou include a step counter, a Zodiac application, and of course all the usual features such as a web browser, an email client, plus a media player and FM radio. The display might be a little small for web browsing, but the inclusion of 3.5G data does at least mean that it will be quite fast. There's no word on pricing, but our best guess is that the standard Jalou will retail for about €400 SIM-free. Sony Ericsson say that both the standard and the D&G version should be available during the fourth quarter of 2009.